So probably one of the other things that I really just can't stand when people say this, think like a hacker. Any of you have heard people say that? Think like a bad guy? It is hard for anyone to think that way because we're good people. Good people don't want to think bad thoughts like this. I've had 22 years, probably even a little bit more, of thinking like a bad guy. At 14, I hacked my first computer. It was my dad's. Wanted to see if I could get in. He taught me most about what I knew about computers at the time. Didn't think I could get in. Well, eventually I did, because I knew enough about him. I've proven this also to one of my professors at the college, where she said, "Oh, there's no way you could hack my Gmail account." It took me 10 minutes. And that was only because I was doing it from my phone. So here was the process. She has a Gmail account. So, I forgot my password. Well, do you know what your alternative email account is? Nope, don't know it. Well, tell us a little bit about you. Where was the last time you used your Gmail account? Laurel, Maryland. Can you tell us a brand new service you have used and approximately when? I knew because I gave her a black phone. It was a black phone 2. She activated in January at that time. So I put that in. Poof. Now I'm in, changed the password, and then I started sending her emails from her account. Because I knew enough information about her. Oh, actually, there was a couple of things. Name 5 email addresses that you are most likely to communicate with. Myself, the dean, the chair, and then one of her other colleagues, and myself. There was 5 email addresses I knew she had communicated with in the last 30 days. All that information is what allowed me to get in. Now, of course, again, I had her permission. I didn't just do it randomly. So, what are some things that you can do in terms of looking for the needles? Anyone familiar with the term bug bounty program? So a bug bounty program is where you are going to sign up. If you're interested in those, I've done it several times with companies. You want to go through a service like BugCrowd or HackerOne. HackerOne is the one that actually represents the Pentagon for Hack the Pentagon and also for Hack the Army. So they convince the government to do this. This is where you're essentially going to crowdsource your vulnerability identification in whatever you have publicly facing. You can pretty much set the price of whatever you want. You may not think it's a lot of money, but people in other countries like India, $128 is a good salary if they can find some exploits. Did this at Silent Circle for BlackPhone. So for Android, the most devastating, which was actually remote code executable exploit, was called Stage Fright. It was written by Joshua Drake, who works for a company called Imperium. Joshua found this prior to DEF CON, thankfully, and we were the only manufacturer that was protected against stage fright by the time us going into DEF CON. So we wind up paying him a whopping $1,024. At the time, I had paid more than Google. Google has now since paid him over 50 grand for that exploit because they were able to see all the other damage it could wind up doing. But for me, that was perfect. I paid $1,024 for a major vulnerability that would have been a lot of egg on my face for a phone that we're clouding as being the most secure Android phone on the market. So I get to go in there. I don't have this vulnerability, so I'm good. So I wind up getting millions of dollars worth of press because when they put it out there 2 weeks before DEF CON, so the only phone that's not susceptible was ours. Great. Also, think about the research time it would have taken for a small startup company to find something like that. Well, and it's not just small companies that have a bug bounty program. Microsoft has one. So too does Facebook, Twitter, even Tesla. Charlie Miller made quite a bit of money off of helping them to protect their phone. He's the person that's made quite a bit of money off of car hacking. So, not just bug bounty programs, you really have to hire good people, and you have to keep them trained. The training part is going to be the most difficult. because when you take them away from their day-to-day, they have to, that work's not going to be accomplished. But as you start to transition, you start getting them to think like that. The way the hacker thinks is the same way in which IT security folks think. It's the same way business folks think. Many business people will call it the OODA loop: observe, orient, decide, act. In risk management, it's identify, basically going right back through the loop. And then for the bad actor, it's recon, scan, enumerate, attack, maintain the attack, and then clear your tracks and get out. They all basically follow the same path. So one of the things that Jason had just mentioned in his presentation in terms of the actual roadmap for malicious actors is the same thing that we do in marketing for our own products. We have to do that on both sides in order to be able to maintain relevancy.